Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to Gentry Vintage. I'm Josh, your host. I hope everybody's doing well. I just had an aggravating situation. Small things and visual impairments just don't go together. It's partially my own fault. I was in the kitchen. I was talking to the wife, and I was getting ready to put a new flint in the old boy lighter here. And I wasn't thinking, so I went to unscrew the little knob here to put a new flint in it, and just wasn't thinking. And I totally forgot that the spring is not attached to the end of this little knob. And when I pulled it out, you probably already know what happened. The spring fell down in the trash can, and it's like a 30-gallon trash bag. And it wasn't full, but it was probably about half full. And it was gross. But these lighters ain't cheap. And of course, one of y'all will probably comment now and be like, "Oh, you can buy replacement springs. They're really cheap and easy to get." But I didn't even look to see if I could. So I went all CSI on it and broke out the rubber gloves and went piece by piece through the darn trash can. And I ended up, and don't ask me how this happened, I transferred everything from the bag into a new bag and then checked the bag that was originally in there, felt all in the bottom of it from the outside, see if I could feel anything that felt like a spring down in the bottom, shook everything down to the corner, and I didn't find nothing. So I commenced to taking everything that I had transferred into the other bag and started transferring it back to the old bag. And then I said, no, hold on, we're going to start with a fresh bag. So then I started transferring everything back to the new bag, the new bag, and finally got down to the very, very bottom. Apparently, when I transferred everything out of the original bag into the next bag, I guess the spring had fell down in something or got stuck on something, and it ended up being in the bottom of that. So it somehow got transferred from the original bag to the new bag, and I finally found it amongst the leftover wet cat food, amongst the leftover Qdoba that I had for lunch today, um, amongst the coffee grounds and God knows what else. But I finally found it. Like I said, one of y'all probably comment and tell me that you can buy replacement springs, but um, if you can, just go ahead and tell me because there's a chance I might lose it again. You never know. Oh man, that was aggravating. But yeah, I had the wife come in there. She was she got a flashlight and was looking down in there. She done stuck rubber gloves on. She pulled about 2 or 3 pieces of trash out, and then she said, "You know what? You're on your own. You're just going to buy a new lighter or find a new spring." I said, "No, I'm gonna find this darn spring," and I did. But it was aggravating. We actually had a couple of friends that were supposed to come over, and I said, "Lord, they're gonna show up, and I'm gonna be here in the middle of the kitchen with 3 trash bags, gloves on, flashlight in my mouth, and everything else." And luckily, I got it out before anybody showed up. But whew, that was aggravating. But I got the new Flint in there now with the spring. And actually, I might need to turn my flame down just a little bit. Not sure how that got turned up higher, but I don't know. I kind of like that though. Oh man. So, hope your day has not been as eventful as that. Or if it was, hopefully it was at least a more fun and eventful. Oh, today I am smoking the Peterson 305. You probably haven't seen this pipe in a while because I haven't smoked it in a while. Um, if you heard that, that was the Hellcat down the street. Or, yeah, that was the neighbor's Hellcat. So, yeah, anyway, yes, I get distracted by cars. So I haven't smoked this pipe in a while. When I bought this pipe, oh, I'm smoking Maple Shadows in it, by the way. So when I bought this pipe, I bought it as a wedding gift for myself um, back in July. And I'd been looking at this pipe for quite a while, and the wife kept saying, "Why don't you just buy it? Just buy you the darn pipe." So I finally did. Um, and I love it. It's a beautiful pipe. I do need to clean it some. Of course, it's lost its shine, but I don't know. I kind of like it like that. Um, I'm not a huge fan of full bent pipes. I'm more of a straight stem, and I like the 626 Rossi and Savinelli. I like the 626 that kind of bend, but I prefer mostly a straight stem. But I really like the classic traditional style of this pipe. And when I first bought it, I said I'm gonna make this my Burley pipe, and it still primarily is. Like I said, I don't smoke it a whole lot nowadays, but I've kind of made this more reserved for every now and then or special occasions, holidays, whatever. This is the nicest, most expensive pipe that I have, and I'd like to kind of keep it that way. It's nobody bought it for me. Like I said, I bought it for myself for a wedding gift to myself, but it's still special because it's something to commemorate my wedding. So, but yeah, I do like this pipe. The only thing I do not like is no matter what I smoke in it, I tend to get gurgle out of it, but that's okay. So as I said, I'm smoking Maple Shadows in it. Uh, which reminds me, I sent 2 packages out this week. I told Paladin Piper and Carolina Rose that a few weeks ago that I would send them samples of Maple Shadows. Well, things just got kind of busy, and um, my dad's declining health and everything took up some of my time. Of course, if you don't know, my dad passed away a couple weeks ago, unfortunately. But all of that going on and just other things in life, I just didn't get a chance to get them sent out. So Monday, I got them both their packages sent out, and you know, Rose is in North Carolina. I'm in Kentucky. Um, Pat is just across town on the other side of town, and for whatever reason, Pat's package went to North Carolina. Don't ask me how the post office managed that, but Rose had texted me the other day and said she got her package, and I thought, well, that's odd. Pat should have got his first because he's just across town. So got home at night, looked up the tracking information, and yeah, his was in the same town as Rose's was, probably at the same post office. I, I don't know. I have not a clue how that happened. But I did just hear from Pat earlier, and he did receive his today. And before anybody asks, I do not have any more Maple Shadows, unfortunately, to give out. What I do have left will be smoked and cellared. I've done give out all that I planned on giving out of that batch. But it is a blend that I enjoy. So we've got some much needed rain finally. It started on Halloween, and then I don't even remember what today is. Friday. Today's Friday. Was it Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember. One day, 1 or 2 days this week, whatever. We got some decent rain. It's been much needed. We've had a really dry fall here in Kentucky. I don't know about where you are, but it's been pretty dry around here. And with all the leaves falling and all that, we really needed some rain to wet things down before things got to burning and out of control. Definitely don't need that. I mainly say that because I have some stuff that I need to burn, and I don't like burning. Uh, even though I have a screen over my burn barrel, I still don't really like burning stuff when it's real dry outside, especially when there's a bunch of leaves on the ground. And I burn. I keep all the. She gets Amazon packages or whatever we get, and I keep those boxes and I throw them in the burn barrel and everything too. So paper and cardboard tend to kind of float up in the air and all that ashes and everything, well, embers, and so I don't like burning stuff when it's real dry outside. One thing I don't like about this pipe, like I said, I get a lot of gurgle out of it, but the design of the little chamber in here, um, it is virtually impossible when you're smoking it to take a pipe cleaner and run down through there and get it all the way down in there enough to get the moisture out without taking it apart. And I don't want to take it apart when it's hot. Um, I've never had a pipe give me issues from doing that, but then again, I don't try to take them apart when they're hot. So, but I've always heard you shouldn't do that because heat, shrink, expand. Heat, cold. You know, basic science. So I'm sure everybody, or most of you, has probably heard the disturbing news about the potential of us losing some of our tobacco blends, or maybe even a lot of them. Um, if I recall, I've seen the article a few times now, but if I recall, within the next week or two, I think Sutliff is shutting their doors down, and unfortunately, about 200 people I think are going to lose their jobs, and everything's moving across overseas, across the pond, wherever it's going, and unfortunately for us, there's a chance we might lose some of our beloved blends. I, for one, am not going to go out and panic buy. Um, I might get me a couple extra tins to cellar of things that I smoke regularly. Um, but for one, I don't have the money to go out and just stockpile in deep cellar. Um, and even if I did, at some point, I'm still going to run out. I could stock it up and have me enough to last me a while, but at some point, it's still going to run out. So I don't know. Main reason I can't afford to just go out and buy a bunch just to cellar. But like I said, I will probably buy a couple tins of my go to stuff that I enjoy. But right now we don't know what they're going to do away with, and two, I don't really want to stockpile a blend, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, we're not getting rid of that. We're going to keep it. So I guess I'll hold out and kind of see what's going on, and I ain't gonna stress about it because ain't nothing I can do about it. It does suck that we might lose some or a lot of the blends that we love, but like I said, there's nothing we can do about it, so I'm not gonna stress about it. Um, and I'm sure even if we do, something else will come along that'll make up for it. Uh, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I probably will at least buy a couple that I can at least sell her. I'm trying to, as many people know, my favorite blend is HH Burley Flake, and I am trying to conserve that as much as I can. That will be one that I'll probably buy another 10 or two just to keep in the cellar. But it's not something I smoke daily, but it's something that I do enjoy. So I would like to keep some of that around. But like I said, I don't want to stockpile too deep because eventually, regardless, you're going to run out. And I, for one, don't have enough money to buy it to last me the rest of my life. So it is some sad and disturbing news. Like I said, I've seen the article and stuff a few times, and um, there seems to be a little uncertainty in what's going to happen. Uh, I've heard that they have already talked about doing away with some blends or some lines, and regardless, it's going to affect some of us because we all smoke different stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. So work's going pretty good. I haven't mentioned that in a while, but if you recall, or if you're new to the channel, you may not have heard, but I had a very toxic manager at my job, and fortunately, actually, was a wonderful wedding present for me. While I was off for my wedding, he resigned, and it was way, way, way overdue. But it was a very toxic environment, and about a month ago, they hired a new manager who is a 30-year Air Force veteran. He was a jet mechanic, and was pretty high up in rank when he retired after 30 years. And he is just a wonderful man, super nice guy, really easy to talk to, extremely intelligent, um, very disciplined, very structured individual, as you would expect from somebody that spent 30 years in the military. But it is very, very much needed structure, and he's brought a lot of structure to our job that was really needed, and very grateful for that. Very grateful that we have added him to our team, and I saw within the first week or so that I said this is going to work out, and I think he's going to be good for the company. He's going to be good for us, and I think he's going to do good things. And I still think that's true after a little over a month now, and I really enjoy talking with him. And he's some of the people I work with are not really too enthused with his structured uh, mentality, and that's mainly because they've just gotten so used to just doing whatever they want basically for so long. But I actually really like it, and he likes to challenge people, and some people don't like it either. But yeah, he's a great guy, and the whole environment has just flipped. The morale has gone up, and people's attitudes have gotten better. Well, for the most part, some people just lost cause, but yeah, it's just a complete turnaround from what it was a couple months ago. So yeah, still looking for other opportunities, but for right now, it's very tolerable, and I'm okay until so that the right thing comes along. So I've been there 10 years. Well, come this March, I've been at this job 10 years. So it's all right until something the right thing will come along eventually. So we'll see. I have finally convinced the wife to let me start decorating for Christmas outside. I'm not going to get everything out, and it's not like I'm going to be lighting everything up, this weekend. But she told me if I wanted to start kind of getting things ready and start putting some things up, go ahead and do it. She said, I don't really care if we have Christmas stuff up before Thanksgiving this year. I said, I don't either, because I don't want to be out there when it's 20 degrees outside trying to put up Christmas stuff. Um, you northern folks might be into that, but Josh don't really like being out there when it's 20 degrees. I hate the cold weather. Well, friends, I reckon that's about all I got to talk about tonight. I reckon we'll try to get another video out pretty quickly here. And until next time, well, first of all, thank you for watching. If you've made it this long with me rambling, I truly do appreciate it. I've seen a couple new subscribers this week as well, and wanted to say welcome and thank you for subscribing. And to the old ones as well, thank you for sticking around. I do appreciate each and every one of you. But with that said, until next time, I wish blessings for all and lots of luck to you and yours.